And for 11th, Morgan Shepherd beat Rick Markle to the line by about 2 feet.
All right, now look, Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the apron. Regardless, he has to complete these last 2 laps. He has to be running when they cross the start-finish line in 2 times.
No one knows that more than
Mark. 10 more out of that thing.
No, and I ran out of gas on the last lap at Pocono and got to push in, and they put me to the end of the field. You can't assist a car on the last lap. Any other lap, you can push it back to the pits, but on the last lap, can't get any help.
I bet you they'll all be on the apron right now because they know it's not going to get restarted. Not worried about cutting the tire down, worried about running out of fuel.
The Aaron's 312 has just become the 76 Fuels economy run. Balloon Foot Earnhardt Jr. right now trying to squeeze every drop of gas he can.
The switch man.
Toggle switch man.
The toggle switch man.
Leave it off.
I'm in high gear and I'm coasting.
It's okay, so just be aware of it just in case something happens.
The pace car's on the banking almost by itself. Everybody's on the apron in 3 and 4, except for Mike Bliss. You mentioned it there. We know he has enough fuel.
Yeah. Make them get back up.
Else don't.
Yeah. Make them get back up on the racetrack.
And he'll have to complete one more lap after this time by. This will be for the white flag.
You know, we've seen a lot of finishes like this at Daytona and Talladega. The one that comes to mind is Richard Petty's 200th win. Doug Hevron came at Daytona in the Pepsi 400, his 200th Winston Cup win. Doug Hevron.
Losing oil pressure losing fuel pressure right here.
Oh boy, 1 to go. Doug Hevron flipped in turn 1, and Richard battled Cale Yarborough to the caution flag. They bumped together. Richard got the win. Cale was angry and turned off into the garage the next time by.
But he's got to make another 2.5 miles. You can see him wiggling back and forth. You heard him say, I've lost fuel pressure. I don't have all the fuel pressure.
He'd probably like to go 2.5. He's got to go 2.6.
Oh, yeah.
This will be the longest lap of Dale Jr.'s life.
See him wiggling back and forth just a little bit, making sure keeping fuel pushed over to that right rear corner. Joe Nemechek in 87 right behind him.
Don't say nothing. Just get out there.
Don't say a thing. They know it's not over until he makes it back to this start-finish line, and he's about 3/4 of a lap away.
Well, Joe's not in any better shape. I mean, you know, those two, both of them had the same problem. Shane Meal, still running.
Now, you cannot
I got
pass.
about 6 pounds.
Oh, he's all right, 6 pounds.
All right, buddy, just keep wiggling around. Get a good coast going. I know you can't pass the pace car, but do all you can.
That's 6 pounds per square inch of fuel pressure.
And Darrell, even at speed, you normally won't have about 7 or 7.5, right?
Right. The only problem he has, if it did run out, he's not going fast enough to coast very far.
Serpentine.
Down to about 5.
Down to about 5 pounds there at the end of the backstretch right here. See him wiggling it back and forth, continuing, trying to make sure fuel stays to that pickup.
He's got about a mile to go.
He's working it, isn't he?
We've never had this much tension on a caution lap before, I don't think.
He's making sure he don't pass that pace car.
This is what you call don't beat yourself. That's the whole thing right here. He's got it won.
Because every one of these guys had an opportunity a few laps to go to come top off with fuel.
He's got it made now. I believe. Heck, he'll get up. He'll probably get up on the banking now.
But if that car slows much below pace car speed,
it's still running. He's fine.
He's not going to get on that 18 degrees of banking. He can't pass the pace car, but he wants to stay right with it. Wiggling back and forth.
I can see the line. Don't pass that pace car.
and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins it with a last lap time of 2 minutes, 16 seconds.
It may only been at 70 miles an hour, but it was pretty exciting.
Joe Nemechek second, Shane Meal, Ron Hornaday, Mike Bliss, the top five. Jamie McMurray, Michael Waltrip, Mike Wallace, Coy Gibbs, and Tina Gordon finishes 10th.
Now we'll find out how much fuel he's really got.
Yeah, now he can race around to victory lane. Does he have enough fuel?
I need a push.
He's out of gas.
Guys run out of gas.
He's out of gas, but he had just enough.
Not enough fuel to make the donuts.
If that had gone green, I don't believe he'd have made it.
Over.
He's only halfway down the backstretch right now.
First Talladega win in his third Busch Series start here, first since '99.
racing is just full of what ifs.
And here is Matt with a very relieved Kevin Mannion.
And he's coming over here talking to Richie Gilmore. Well, he's out of gas.
Yeah, he's out of gas. I just called to for a NASCAR official for a wrecker. So,
Well, how nervous were you?
you know,
You're drinking a lot of water today.
Yeah, they say you smoke, you lose 10 years off your life. I don't know. Maybe I should start because my heart's going, and it was awesome. Just a great day for DEI.
Jason Keller in the 57 car now. He can push him now.
Yeah,
It's
once
legal.
the race is with, that's fine. You just can't do it. And he's already got. I don't think he's going to hurt his car. And Jason's already been torn up once today.
Junior's a two-time champion of this NASCAR Busch Series, 98 and 99. This is his 17th victory in his 78th start. And here's the reaction of the crew when the caution came out for the stalled car. Oh, yeah. And Joe Nemechek's wife, Andrea, at the same time. And Michael Waltrip's crew, as they learn the cautions out.
Andrea Nemechek would like to win that race. Got her $25,000 back from last week.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will coast into Talladega's victory lane, and we'll be there with him after this.
Fox welcomes you back live. There he is, the winner of today's Aaron's 312, Dale Earnhardt Jr. One of the fastest tracks, but one of the slowest finishes as he needs a ride in from running out of fuel. The Aaron's 312 post-race show brought to you by Aaron's Sales and Lease Ownership. Let Aaron's drive your dreams home today. He needed a few dreams with some help towards the end. Let's check the official results. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on top, holding off Joe Nemechek. Ron Hornaday, a terrific finish. The rookie Coy Gibbs finishing in the top 10.
Yes, it is. And how about top 10 right there? How about Tina Gordon right there? No practice yesterday because she lost an engine before the final practice. Came back, finished 10th. Great run for her.
The question, if we hadn't gone under caution, Jeff Hammond, would Dale Earnhardt Jr. have been able to hang on?
Hey, wouldas, couldas, and shouldas, my friend. He's in victory lane, and we'll never know that answer for sure.
And had to hold off at the end with that pace car. It's a good thing that he didn't have any intent to pass the pace car. We might have had some controversy. Let's check in with Steve Burns, who's standing by with the second place finish. Steve?
With Joe Nemechek. Chris, two questions. Could you run to the end on gas, and could you have beaten Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
We're good to go to the end, and he wasn't going to be able to make it. You know, when I was behind him drafting with him, I was conserving a lot of gas, and I mean, we were staying on the track. I had tons of fuel pressure. We're good to go. It's a tough day. You know, our Cellular One Nortel Networks Pontiac run good, unloaded fast, sat on the pole. I got a car to go to Daytona. Yeah, I got to thank everybody that supports this precision gear. Just everybody. I mean, it was a good day, and I thought I had the fastest car. When I was behind Junior, I had to keep backing off because I couldn't get everything lined up right to make the move, and just needed 2 more laps.
All right, thanks, Joe. Let's go to Dick.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. just climbing out of his race car. When we think about Talladega, we think about big packs and high speed for intensity. How intense were those last couple laps under caution as you were thinking about maybe running out of fuel?
Yeah, that was pretty bad there. I really, was pretty worried. And the car did really run out of gas. I mean, it was still running when I crossed the finish line, but right after that, it was out. And tough deal. I don't know, if it had went green, I doubt we'd have made it. I don't know if several of us would have.
The crowd was absolutely with you. Could you hear the crowd as you came around in those last lap or two?
No, but you can see them. I mean, you can see everybody really excited for the finish of the race. But it's a shame we couldn't run to the green. But again, we ran out past the finish line. I don't know if the centrifugal force of going around the corner would have pushed more gas up into the pickup, but I doubt it. We'd have probably run out. But so we're real lucky today, but we had a good car anyways.
Undefeated this year. Congratulations. Let's go to Jeannie.
And we're moving into round 4 today. I guess ignorance is bliss at some times, because he told me that you were just told to save fuel. You didn't really know what that meant. So you didn't know going around there, so you were comfortable.
Well, when you're wide open, how do you save fuel? And I'm pulling them around there, and they're drafting me, so I follow behind them. It's just one of them things. We knew we had enough. We just didn't want to make sure we wanted to do that. But the AC Delco car ran great. All the guys back in the shop, thanks. Great job on the bodies. The motor shop, RCR. I got to thank everybody. Richard and Judy. it's cool. I mean, we had a lot of fun today. We had to stay on the big one. We did that, but we lost the draft that one time. The one car and myself were sort of racing side by side, and we needed that yellow. Once we caught up, then we didn't. We didn't need that last yellow. We could have ran good, but I got to say hi to my wife Lynn. We'll be home here tonight.
Make sure you pat yourself on the back. Great job after the block on the restart. Matt?
Just had to ride this thing.
Well, Shane Meal, back-to-back thirds. You had everything working today, but especially coming from the back. When did you run out of gas?
I ran out of gas about the middle where the flag stand would be at Daytona. So it was just lucky day for us, man. We had this lucky penny and stuff, 1948. Actually, it's a nickel. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, you know, I just want to thank everybody with Gould's Pump, Dark Dogs, Thomas Automotive family for helping us and doing everything they can do. We're fighting now to go to race, and that was a pretty good points day for us. But coming last, finish third at Talladega is pretty impressive.
Now, it got a little wild there near the end. Now, you were going to break from the Dirty Mo Posse tradition and not go with Junior. What was up with that?
No, I don't know. Now, that's what somebody else thought. I was going with Junior no matter what.
Now, that's what Darrell said. He said for sure he knows that's what you would do.
No way. I'm going with Junior no matter what. You know, nobody can pass anybody. They really need to do something about spring rules or something, get it back where you can pass. So, but I'm happy to run third. I couldn't be mad. I'm glad Dale Jr. won and Chance too, and that's a new team. So
he was trying to get you to push him.
Yeah, he wanted me to push him, and I was out of gas too, so there wasn't nothing I could do. But good job to everybody.
Back-to-back third-place finishes for Shane Meal. Mike?
He's the highest finishing Busch regular in this race. But was that the most spine-tingling, tension-filled caution lap you've ever seen, that last lap?
But Joe Nemechek, he was surrounded by Dale Jr.'s leading. You got Shane Meal, whose father works at DEI, running third. You got Ron Hornaday, who used to be a DEI employee, running fourth.
Right.
I don't think Joe needed to do the math. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a big advocate of caution finishes. We want to see finishes under green, but that 5 miles with those guys running around the apron, only the pace car Mike Bliss up on the bacon, Dick Berggren hit the nail on the head. That's about as intense as it gets.
At Talladega, expect the unexpected. There's Shane Meal's dad, Steve. And we sure had it today, and 500 miles of it tomorrow. Chris?
Thanks, Mike. Looking forward to the call in tomorrow's race. These are the points in the Busch Series so far. Todd Bodine involved in that wreck. And as we pointed out, 7th Busch race this year. Second victory for Dale Earnhardt Jr. All 7 have been won by Winston Cup drivers. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. was just out in front of that 22-car wreck and pileup and comes through with the victory. Jeff Hammond, a signal of what we might see tomorrow. Surviving the big one, judging the fuel, and hanging on at the end.
Well, I think we kind of seen this picture before, Chris, when you talk about as far as Daytona is concerned. He was very dominant during the Busch race down there. He came here very strong again, and it looks like he's got a great car for tomorrow. Now, if he can just keep the battery going for 500 miles, he might be able to go ahead and make a clean sweep here at Talladega.
Yes, and tomorrow we can go for his 4th straight. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the race. It could be his own Final Four at Talladega. The Aaron's 312 post-race show brought to you by Aaron's Sales and Lease Ownership. NASCAR this morning on Fox Sports Net will start it at 10:30 Eastern. And then note the 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific start. We have an hour pre-race show, a behind-the-scenes look with Dale Earnhardt Jr., something you don't see very often. And Larry Mack gives us a tour of his home state, singing and swinging, Sweet Home, Alabama. Well, our starter today, the Grand Marshal, and the guy who gave the command was our own DW. But tomorrow, who's going to pose the greatest threat to the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated cars? Tune in and find out on Fox, and hang on for every lap of the wild ride that is Talladega. Don't forget to set your clocks forward 1 hour, spring forward, and be with us for more NASCAR on Fox. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Sunday from Talladega.